crazy people. Woo! It's like, because I know I'm gonna be one, right? So I want to figure out like what type am I? Like before it happens, I'm prepared. And it really started, I was working my first job, I was working at Dairy Queen, right? And we didn't get a lot of crazy people, but we had like one dude. He was like the crazy dude. And his name was the Growling Man. It's because he made this noise, he was like, which I know is not a growl, but like there's not really a good word for like the noise that half of all early Scooby-Doo villains make. That's not really like condensable, right? And he had other weird things, believe it or not, like he'd lick his gap at you. I don't know if I mentioned he was missing his front 2 teeth, and so if he found you attractive, he'd like, at you. It was disgusting. And then sometimes he'd like repeat words you said, but in a really weird voice. He'd be like, all right, 421, is that okay? And be like, okay. It's like, I didn't realize this was a confrontation, but I was not ready for it. So I did that gig for like a year, and then I moved on to Best Buy. And Best Buy was like the mecca for crazy people, because they love technology. It's like the shit that keeps them going. There's this one dude, first time I met him, I'm like, hey, how you doing today, sir? And he's like, I'm doing great. I'm like, awesome, yeah, love the positivity. What's up, man? He's like, yeah, my mom just died. Woof. And every time I saw him, he would just talk about like the family members he hated, the ones he was glad that were dead. It was an ongoing saga with this dude. I was wondering if he had like a list. He's like, Karen didn't make the potato salad, she's gone next Tuesday, all right. And then eventually, like, I kind of questioned him, like, so why are you always coming in here, man? Like, what are you buying? He's like, well, I have these cats, right? And I want them to be comfortable at home, so I bought this projector, I set up these nice videos, I set up this music that plays. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really sweet, dude, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I got him because my bitch aunt fell down some stairs. I'm like, really? Even this sweet moment you had to ruin? And then, so that was like my personal crazy guy. He was like mine, we had an arrangement. Now, the guy who was in my section, that was Super Soldier. I worked in the camera section at Best Buy, and Super Soldier was always coming in, convinced we had things that didn't exist. He's like, all right, so I heard about this camera. And I'm like, all right, here we go. And he's like, it's got this shutter, right? And it moves so fast you can see in the dark because it catches light particles. I'm like, so you have a shutter that moves faster than the speed of light. All right, we have a 2-list thing here. First of all, it doesn't exist and never will. It's physically impossible. I'm not a scientist and I know this. The other thing, Best Buy doesn't fucking make cameras. We sell them. We are the middleman. We're the Best Buy, not Best Maker. It's very simple. And then he buy his 4 things of window cleaner that I'm assuming he huffed in the parking lot and he left. So that was Super Soldier. And then there was the final guy. This guy was like the crazy guy for the store. It's like we had like managers and bosses and like the nut jobs outside did too. And this guy was the store owner and his name was Pizza Dave. Now, Pizza Dave's thing is that anytime you worked with him, he'd offer to buy you pizza, which is great. I hadn't met Pizza Dave. I was working there like 4 months, and like I just kept missing him. He was sporadic, you know. Like some guys have a schedule. He was 3 days in a row, and then he was gone for a month. But one day, you know, like I'm working, I'm out in the game section this time, I'm stacking up games, and I hear over like the little radios we have, like, Pizza Dave is in the building. Okay, I've been briefed. And then I'm still stacking games, and I hear. Pizza Dave's in the back. I'm like, okay, the games are in the back. I'm still stacking games. And then I hear Nick. And I was really worried to hear from Nick because I was staring at Nick. We were making eye contact. And Nick goes, shit. Which is like, when you're delivering bad news, not a great way to start. Shit, Pizza Dave's behind Garret. And like, I was petrified. Like, I'm a pale motherfucker and all the color drained. Like, the 2% I had left was gone. And I hear this breathing, and I turn around, I'm like, trying to muster up the courage, you know, I'm like, shit, I didn't write that letter to my mom. I'm not ready for this. I turn around, and it's the fucking Growling Man! He's crazy in 2 different stores. Can you believe it? All right, I'm Garret Graham, that's my time.